Hey, it's Christine, Manifestation Queen, here to remind you of your manifesting power. Ever feel like you're having a tough time staying in the wish filled? I'm laughing because, yes, I do too. But that's a good thing because no one can really, especially for strong desires, it can be a little bit of work and discipline to get yourself focused on your desired state. And I came across this Neville Goddard quote that I want to talk about because I think this will help clear things up, especially if you find that your manifestation is taking too long to come in. Maybe it's been weeks or months, maybe even years, and you're getting frustrated, or you're just needing some inspiration to get you back into staying in the wish fulfilled, staying in that state as if it's already done, your desire is here. You could care less about the 3D world because you know your desire is done. It is here. He says, you cannot serve two masters or opposing states of consciousness at the same time. Taking your attention away from one state and placing it upon the other, you die to the one from which you have taken it, and you live and express the one which you are united. So you can't be thinking two opposite things at the same time. Although you could go back and forth. That's what being double-minded would be, or what he's calling serving two masters. Like if you're saying, there's not enough money in my bank account. Oh no, I'm rich, I'm rich. It's either one or the other. And he's saying, die to the one that you don't want, right? So if you see in your 3D world that there's not much money in your bank account, die to that assumption, die to those thoughts, and only focus on your desired reality, that you have plenty of money in your bank account, that you can see in your imagination that your bank account has this amount of money in it. And by allowing the assumption and the version of you that doesn't have the money in the bank account and fully stepping into the version of you that has plenty of money in your bank account or a particular number, then eventually when you fuse with that belief and you fully step into that version of you, your bank account will reflect that in ways that you probably can't even imagine. Like money will just show up in all kinds of ways, or your subconscious mind, which is so much smarter than you, so much smarter than your conscious mind, will naturally, automatically perform, like make you perform actions to easily bring in more money. If you hold the assumption that you are the version of you that has a lot of money in your bank account, or plenty of money, or whatever kind of words you want to use. He says, you must be single-minded by dropping what you believe you are and assuming that you are already what you desire to be, for you cannot desire something you already possess. Look into the wonderful law of liberty, which sets you free, and you will see freedom in the faces of your friends. Persist in your assumption, and it must come to pass. So good. So he's saying, just like the other paragraph, dying to the version of you that doesn't have the money in the bank account. Be single-minded. Drop the 3D world. There's a Neville quote, I wish I could find it. I don't know what book it's in, but he says, are you daring enough to ignore your five senses, to ignore the 3D world, and solely focus on your imagination, your thoughts, your 4D world as your true reality? Can you do that? And if you've been practicing and trying it out, you know that it works, and you know it works for you. you cannot desire something that you already possess. So if you're wanting more money because you see in your bank account in your 3D world that there's not much money in there, if you assume the version of you that has plenty of money in your bank account and fully imagine that, be that, feel that as done, you are the version that has plenty of money, then you don't desire money. It's the version of you that doesn't have money in the bank account that desires it, right? And then you're just going to keep manifesting, desiring money. But if you're in the version of you that has plenty of money in your bank account, you're not going to desire it. It's already a part of you. You already believe it to be true for you. So money is just going to show up. Also, he says, look into the law of liberty, which sets you free. You will see freedom in the faces of your friends. So not only will money show up for you, but being in the assumption that you have plenty of money in your bank account will show you others that are thriving with their money. This happened to me the other day where I was like, I don't know, I was having like a bit of anxiety. And then one day I woke up and I was like, oh, I just want to be peaceful. I'm going to have a peaceful day. I'm going to be totally relaxed and peaceful. And I noticed like my husband ended up being really peaceful and my son was very peaceful. And it just looked like everyone was just very peaceful. So it's amazing how when you shift your focus, shift your state, shift your assumption, others around you reflect to that. They're part of your 3D world as well. And he says, persist in your assumption and it must come to pass. So I think the reason why you need to persist so much is because you have these old thoughts, we'll call them old, but they've been repetitive for maybe years. They're like the default programming you got going on in your mind. And it just takes time for you to catch them and be like, oh, shoot, that program is still running. No, we're doing this new program. We're doing this new program. And then eventually the new program outweighs the old program. The old program dies. So by persisting, you're allowing that new programming to take full effect. And then you'll know when the new programming is in because your 3D world will show it. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you the most. Like, subscribe. See you in the next video.